We have to do this because we need to remind ourselves and our country that we're here because of us. Because we as a nation benefit from every girl whose potential is fulfilled, from every woman whose talent is tapped. We benefit as a nation. We as a nation benefit from their intelligence, from their hard work, from their creativity, from their leadership. And that's not just true here in America. Time and again, we have seen that countries across the globe are more prosperous, they're more peaceful when women are more equal and have the rights and opportunities they deserve.
Welcome to the third annual Michelle Obama Awards. We celebrate Women's History Month by honoring women who have made a difference in Anne Arundel County and the nation. We give special thanks to County Executive Stuart Pittman and Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley, who in collaboration with the Caucus of African American Leaders and the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Committee is celebrating Women's History Month by showcasing and highlighting women who've made a difference. It was Michelle Obama who reminded us that a woman's place is anywhere she wants it to be.
Thank you, Mr. Pittman, for this opportunity to be the prayer petitioner in celebration of this Women's History Month. Let us pray. God, our Creator, and the God of many names, we come to you especially at this particular time to thank you for the many women who have made a difference in our histories. We celebrate all women. We celebrate all of the mothers and aunts and grandmothers who have made so many sacrifices, especially during this pandemic. Women who have been and who are on the front lines, women who are our medical professionals and store clerks and delivery people and Uber drivers, and to all of the women who have sacrificed their jobs in order to help to educate their children and to be with their children during this virtual learning experience. So we thank you for them during this time of recognition, again, as we celebrate all of the women who have made and continue to make an impact upon our families and our communities and in our county. And God, we want to thank you for the talents and the skills and the giftings of the women who have gone down in history and on whose shoulders we stand. We thank you for the Janet Owens, who was our first female county executive, and for Dr. Coletta Allen, who was the first female pastor of historic Asbury United Methodist Church. We thank you for Victoria Bayless, who is the first female CEO for the Anne Arundel Medical Center, and for Dr. Faye Allen, the first African-American female doctor in this county. And for all of the women who have made history and who have worked and used their skills that you have given to them in order to make this place a better place, we thank you and we celebrate each and every woman, every named and unnamed woman who has made a tremendous impact upon our lives and upon our future. And so we thank you again. We ask that you surround every woman and continue to pour into her as she pours out all of the gifts, all of the talents that you have bestowed upon her for this moment and in this hour. Again, we honor those who have gone before us and on whose shoulders that we stand. Let us give tribute to them, and let us go forward and press and carry forth their legacy as well as we strive to become even better in all of the gifts and talents that you have given to us. So we thank you again. It is in your name that we pray. Amen.
In the background is Pearl Bailey. Pearl Bailey was one of those great entertainers. We have our own local great entertainer here. Her name is Tamika Knight. Stay tuned.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tamika Knight, and I am so very honored to be a part of the Michelle Obama Awards program. The song that I'm going to sing for you tonight is Rise Up by Andrea. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains and move mountains, and I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up high like the waves, I'll rise up in spite of my aches, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is a little hope, and for that we have each other, yeah. And for that we have each other, yeah. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, yes, we'll rise again. And I'll rise up high like the day, I'll rise up in spite of my aches, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. We'll rise up high like the waves, we'll rise up, rise like the day, we'll rise up, and we'll do it time and time and time again. For you, for you, for you, for you. Rise up. We're gonna rise up. Ooh, yeah. We gonna rise again.
In a few moments, you'll be hearing from our elected officials, and you will also be hearing from our first African-American police chief, Chief Award. But now, here's the comments coming from First County Executive Stuart Pittman.
Thank you for joining our Women's History Month celebration in partnership with the Caucus of African American Leaders. Rather than honoring the women who made history before us, we're honoring women who are making history now. And we're honoring them with an award in the name of an extraordinary woman who is also making history now, Michelle Obama. Some might ask why it's important to honor today's history-making women. Haven't we finally reached a point where women and men have equal standing in the workplace, in the community, in government? After all, my staff in the county executive's office is 66% women. Our department heads are 42% women. Our chief of staff, police chief, fire chief, state's attorney, office of emergency management, finance, central services, personnel, and a whole lot more are all women. And we've had 2 women county executives. Our county council went from all men to a supermajority of women in the last election. Voters are getting smart. But if you look at the whole career ladder from the bottom to the top, it's pretty apparent that women still get paid less, and women are too often overlooked when it's time to promote. Women with children are not supported in this country the way they are in most wealthy nations. That means that every woman who leads, every woman who succeeds, Every woman who makes history worked hard to get there. They overcame obstacles, and they rose up in a system that was created by and for men in power. If we want more women in leadership, more women making history, then we must celebrate success. And that's what we'll do tonight. So thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm Mayor Gavin Buckley. Welcome to the Michelle Obama Awards. I want to thank Carl Snowden and the Caucus of African American Leaders for hosting tonight's event. And I want to congratulate you all for receiving this award. Michelle Obama is one of the most inspirational people in the world. She overcame tremendous odds to be the person she is today, just like I'm sure many of you have. So I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank you for stepping up when we needed you. Thank you for what you do for this city and this county, and thank you for making our world just a little bit better.
Thank you, County Executive Pittman and the Caucus of African American Leaders for uplifting and celebrating the work of these phenomenal women. Hello, everyone. My name is Amal Awad. I serve as your Chief of Police, and on behalf of the Anne Arundel County Police Department, congratulations to all of tonight's recipients. We also thank you for your hard work, your dedication, your courage, and your compassion. But most importantly, we thank you for your perseverance. The events of the last year have certainly challenged all of us to reach new heights. At a time dedicated acknowledging strong, committed, and influential women, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the two women who made me who I am today, my mother Lydia and my Aunt Mary. I ask, who has touched your life? Who's encouraged you to pursue your life's passion? We too thank them and uplift them. If, like me, your beloveds are no longer here with us, I hope you carry them with you in all that you do, taking pride in knowing that for those around you, you may very well be that influential person, whether you know it or not. Small acts, that legacy, that's how we create change. Real progress as a department and as a community takes collaboration. You may have heard me speak about my mantra, learning together, growing together, and leading together. I could not be more excited, more grateful to have people like you as part of that together, part of that community of education, growth, and leadership. In closing, I'll share this quote by the woman for whom this event is commemorated, former First Lady Michelle Obama. You may not always have a comfortable life, and you'll not always be able to solve all the world's problems all at once. But don't ever underestimate the impact you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. So today we celebrate, tonight we rest, tomorrow we keep moving forward together. Congratulations to all.
My name is Arusa Malik. I'm a junior at South River High School, and I'm the current chairwoman of the County Executive's Youth Advisory Council. Women play a fundamental role in the development of society, whether it's pushing new inventions and ideas, contributing to science, or paving the way in terms of justice and equality. All of this is done to make the world a better place and give young girls the same opportunities moving forward. We've come a long way as women. Originally seen as the subordinate gender, women are now leading and surpassing initiatives in government. Take, for example, our first BIPOC vice president, who is a female. Science, like Dr. Jennifer Doudna, who helped create CRISPR technology and is now changing the lives of people all around the world. And young people like Amanda Gordon and Greta Thunberg, who are using their voices to advocate for change, not just today, but in future and days to come. Women's History Month is all about celebrating the work of amazing females across the world, but it's also about empowering those who may not have the confidence to make that change. It's up to us to uplift female voices and make sure everyone is heard 24/7, 365 days a year.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Lacey. I represent District 1 on the County Council and am currently the chairwoman of the County Council. It is my pleasure and honor to recognize all of you this evening with the Michelle Obama Award. And I'm sure that the 10 of you have at least the following things in common. When someone has told you to back off, you've leaned in. When someone has thought you should go low, you've gone high. And I know that your dreams are nowhere near actually being accomplished, and yet what you are doing right now is inspiring many more people than you will ever know. Keep up the hard work, and thanks for making us proud. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Sheila Finlayson, Alderwoman representing Ward 4 and a member of the Annapolis City Council. I bring greetings from the members of the City Council. On this third annual Michelle Obama Awards program, it is an honor to congratulate the recipients. This program is designed to showcase women who have made significant contributions to the City of Annapolis and to Anne Arundel County. I'd like to thank the committee who created this recognition and has continued to recognize women in our community. As First Lady, Michelle Obama served as a role model for women and worked as an advocate for poverty awareness, education, nutrition, physical activity, healthy eating, and military families. She supported American designers and was a fashion icon. As a previous recipient of the Michelle Obama Award, I know how special this recognition is. To have someone raise you up for work you do when you think no one is looking, when you have worked for others, not expecting a recognition for what you do. Tonight, your hard work is being acknowledged and celebrated. This award recognizes women who have the spirit of Michelle Obama, her quiet resolve, her strength of pride, her determination, and her commitment to family and community, and her love of country. The ladies that are being recognized carry the same strength, determination, and commitment. We celebrate this evening's recipients on carrying her vision forward. Congratulations to all of the honorees. We pay tribute to you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jocelyn Pena-Melnick, and I am a Maryland State Delegate. I represent Prince George's County and Anne Arundel County. I want to take a minute to thank these incredible women who are being honored with the Michelle Obama Award. Like Michelle Obama, you possess qualities that inspire. You're hardworking, you're honest, you're a good leader. Thank you for taking the time to work in your communities in Anne Arundel County, to make a difference, to sacrifice your time for us, oftentimes without getting credit. I want to thank you personally for deciding to be active in the community, for leaving a legacy of giving and hard work. Congratulations to you. I'm so proud of you.
Hi there, this is Sarah Elfrith, your state senator representing Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. I want to say a big congratulations to the award recipients of the Michelle Obama Award. Now, I have the privilege of serving as the youngest woman ever elected to the Maryland Senate in the most diverse General Assembly in the history of the General Assembly. We have more women, more people of color, more people under 40 than ever before in the history of Maryland, and it shows. It shows that when more women are in the room, when more voices are in the room, more people are represented. We are making big strides this year on a number of issues, from a police accountability to investing in minority and women-owned businesses. I have a couple of bills that I just wanted to briefly touch on that really make an impact, or will make an impact if they pass. One is Senate Bill 777 that provides critical prenatal care to women who need it the most, women who might not have access to a doctor or health insurance. But we know when we invest in preventative prenatal care, we have healthy moms, healthy pregnancies, and healthy babies. I also have a bill to address period poverty that we're seeing skyrocket as two economies emerge from this pandemic. We're seeing folks who had means before still have means, and we're seeing folks who are living paycheck to paycheck continue to struggle, and struggle even worse than they were last year. We're seeing as young people, and young women in particular, just don't have access to tampons and pads and period products that they need to be able to go to school and achieve their dreams. So we have a bill this year that provides free menstrual products in Maryland public schools, so we can address this gap and we can make sure that every girl has a seat in the classroom, every woman has a foot in the door, and that together we can make a difference. Congratulations to the award recipients. Thank you for your dedication to our community and your commitment to service.
Our theme is Her Story is History. In a moment, you're going to be hearing from the recipients of the Michelle Obama Awards.
Hello, I'm Carol Benson, the Executive Director of the Four Rivers Heritage Area. I'm so honored to be part of this group of esteemed women that are being honored this evening with the Michelle Obama Award. I would like to thank County Executive Stuart Pittman, Mayor Gavin Buckley, and the committee for selecting me to be part of this group of honorees. I'm so pleased to be standing here today in front of the Foot Soldiers Memorial in downtown Annapolis. Many people don't think about the women who were also marching that day as part of this event. And you'll notice when you check the names on this memorial that there are women side by side with men in the listings of the names. And I noticed the name of Gloria Richardson right here, the great civil rights leader that spoke recently at the Banneker Douglas Museum. It's Michelle Obama's quiet, behind-the-scenes leadership that means the most to me in my role here in Annapolis. My role is to support others and bring out their stories and listen as well. And so I do think of Michelle Obama, that role that she plays in listening to others when I carry out my work. In closing, it's a tremendous honor for me to receive this recognition this year, and I thank all who were involved in selecting me and this wonderful group of women to be recognized this year.
Hi, my name is Raymond Seal Cooper Johnson, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the committee, to thank County Executive Stuart Pittman, to thank Mayor Gavin Buckley, and all of the committee members for this prestigious honor. I would like to also congratulate the other awardees because this is really a high honor. To receive the Michelle Obama Award means a lot. To have my name associated with America's first African-American First Lady and someone with such a noble character and being as Michelle Obama is quite an honor. When I think about the scope of the gifts and talents that God gives to all of us, we always have a choice as to how we will use them. We will decide whether it's going to just benefit our families, because as women we have our hands full just raising our families, but when we look to our family at large, and that's something that so many women that we stand on the shoulders of have done, and that is to look beyond just our families, but look to the larger community. So one of the things I ask God to do, like the song that comes to mind is plant my feet on higher ground. I ask God to plant my heart and mind on His law and on His word. And I ask Him to plant my feet so that I'm able to serve the culture and history of our communities. So I thank God for that opportunity to bring those things to bear. I'm standing here in the Freetown community where the perfect example of this kind of endeavor is personified in this honoring plaque. This plaque is presented to Freetown Elementary School and to the residents of Anne Arundel County in recognition of Jane Dorsey Matthews and Cora Spencer Carter. In 1914, their courage and diligence persuaded County Superintendent George Fox
to assign a certified teacher to the community of Freetown, which resulted in the introduction of public education for African American children. This is such a wide and prestigious thing to do, and as a result, you see the school that stands behind me. So I'd like to again thank you, and thank you for this honor. God bless you all.
I want to thank the Office of Anne Arundel County Executive and the Caucus of African American Leaders for this award. I am overwhelmed. This truly means so very much to me and to my family. Named after one of my role models, Michelle Obama, as a woman, as a servant to others, and as a mother. I'm humbled to be named alongside such tremendous leaders in our shared community who I regard so highly. I want to thank them for their dedication to the residents of our county and for all they do to make Anne Arundel the best place for all. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you to serve our shared communities, because when we all work together, we all do better. I want to thank all those folks who I have worked with, especially since April, who have stood up food pantries, donated thousands upon thousands of diapers and sanitary items, and spent countless hours and early mornings of their time volunteering through this pandemic. Serving others is truly one of the things that gives me the most joy and purpose to my life. The kindness and love that we share with others is the example we provide to the next generation. It is the legacy that we leave for our children. Thank you again. I am so very appreciative for this. Stay safe.
Hi, I'm Neva Stansbury, and I'm here today thanking the Awards Committee for the Michelle Obama prestigious coveted award. I would like to thank the Office of the County Exec in collaboration with the African American Caucus of African American Leaders. Thank you for choosing me with this award. I am humbled, I'm honored, and I'm just awed by actually being able to say that I am a recipient of the Michelle Obama 2021 Women's Award. I want to thank everyone who actually had any part to do with choosing me as a recipient. And thank you, thank you, thank you. To be chosen as an awardee for Michelle, with the name of Michelle Obama attached to it, is a privilege within itself. And to actually think that I was even considered in this category. I have been interested in working with the Civil Rights Organization, education. NAACP has been, I've been in the forefront with the NAACP for about 24 years or so, since when I moved into Anne Arundel County. And I have been in the Anne Arundel County branch for that length of time, and also I have served on the state NAACP. And it has been a rude awakening to some point, because I come from a small town in North Carolina, and to come here to Maryland, it was a big change. But I still see some of the same problems in Maryland. And so I took the ground running and got interested and said, hey, this is what I need to do. And also in the education field. I've been in the education field for 24 years, and I see the problems that are presented in the education field. And I'm also trying to mentor a couple of the students that I see, letting them know that that's not the right thing to do, but there is a right way to do things. And I've been a mentor, and I've also just actually stayed abreast of some of the problems that I see our kids having. I work in a middle school, so I see a lot. But to be just thought about, I think about Michelle Obama's approach to what she would actually say to some of the kids, and that's what I try to do also, because I know she's all about education and doing the right thing, and having our kids be healthy and all. So when I see some of the things that go on in the middle school, I try my best to, give them some advice. Don't do that. Let's do something else. So I believe that when I heard that this was an honor from Michelle Obama, I just connected. In closing, I would just say that the Michelle Obama, this award named after Michelle Obama, is a great, great award. And anyone that is honored and anyone that gets to be chosen as a recipient of this award should be proud, and I am. I am very proud, and I'm hoping that I keep up what Michelle Obama stands for. Thank you.
I'm Joanna Bache Tobin, and I'm here in this incredibly beautiful spring day as a community group has gathered to clean up this beautiful space near the John J. Adams School. The community's come out, and we're here to honor Ms. Bertina Nick, all the work she did and make this space beautiful this spring for all the members of the community who can come out and enjoy it. And this is exactly the kind of thing Mrs. Obama would love. I am so incredibly honored to have received the Michelle Obama Award. I want to thank the county executive. I want to thank the Caucus of African American Leaders for honoring me this way, and I'm humbled to be in the company of the incredible women who have won this award. I have always had Mrs. Obama as one of my personal role models and been grateful to her, particularly as a mother and as the mother of a daughter, because she gave such an incredible role model to young women for all the possibilities in their lives. And my daughter, who is now in college, was especially thrilled to hear that I got this award, because one of her most treasured possessions is a letter she received from Mrs. Obama when she was 8 years old, and she had submitted her poster design to the Let's Move campaign for the poster for the Easter egg roll at the White House. That letter has hung on her wall ever since and is one of the things that is most dear to her. And for that, I thank Mrs. Obama. One of the reasons I so admire Mrs. Obama, and I hope to be able to emulate in my own small way some of what she did, was her deep understanding of the power and value of public service. She has often said that one of the most important things about public service is that it shines a bright light on the public servants, that we as public servants then have the opportunity to reflect back on those we serve. That is what I hope to do, and it is particularly important to me as I'm a member of the Board of Education, and the constituents I serve are children who do not have the opportunity to vote. So my goal is to shine this light back on the children in our community, back on the students in our community who are our future, who will show us the way forward, but whose voice we need to honor, we need to listen to, and we need to learn from. So thank you so much for this award. It is one of the great honors of my life, and I will always be grateful.
How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
My name is Leanna Braun, and I'm the founder of She Is Incorporated, which is a nonprofit organization that supports teen mothers, their children, and supports women empowerment. Today, to stand here and to be able to receive the Michelle Obama Award means that all women are capable of doing anything that they put their mind to, as long as we are able to stand together and not apart. As Rosa Parks and Michelle Obama and Harriet Tubman and all the other fellow women that made it possible today, we are able to do things and make it possible in all of what we believe in our dreams. I also want to say thank you to County Executive Stuart Pittman, Mayor Buckley, the Caucus of the African American Leaders, and everyone in the crew today that made this all possible. So thank you guys, and I appreciate this. And Michelle, this is all for you.
Hola, my name is Adriana Lee. I work for the Office of the Comptroller of Maryland, and I'm the Hispanic Affairs Outreach Manager. I'm honored to receive the Michelle Obama Award. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to County Executive Stuart Pittman, Mayor Gavin Buckley, Mr. Carl Snowden, and the Caucus of African American Leaders for choosing me for this award. I am fortunate to be able to serve the immigrant community, to be a voice for their needs and a guide for their development and progress. In 2019, there were more than 48,000 Hispanic immigrants in Anne Arundel County. Immigrants paid more than $4 billion in state and local taxes. Being an immigrant is not easy. We find many obstacles along the way: the language, the culture, being away from friends and family. Everything is new for us. Everything has to be relearned. It doesn't matter how hard the road is. With determination, we can achieve everything. I love my job. I get to help families and make them feel that this country is their new home, where they can be safe. I don't work alone. I am one of many women and men who give their hearts and their time to help our community. We show them that working hard is how we contribute to the growth of this beautiful nation, a nation of immigrants. I admire Michelle Obama. She's a role model for me, always advocating for poverty awareness, education, and women empowerment. I always carry her words with me. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference that you can make in people's lives.
Thank you. Well, my name is Virginia Claggett, and I am retired, but I have been in county and state politics for 36 years straight. And so that pretty much ages me. But I'm just so honored to have this award along with 9 other wonderful women. And I just want to thank County Executive Stuart Pittman, the Caucus of African American Leaders, and Carl Snowden, my old friend. And I just want to say that this is such an honor because for me, Michelle Obama epitomizes the very best in our country. She's a role model for not only women, but everyone, young and old. And so that means so much, and I think she will continue to be, and she is continuing to be that. But at the same time, I'm very honored to be in this group, the 9 other women with me. What wonderful women they are, and I've been reading I've known some, but I've been reading their bios, and they are stellar women. They have given so much to this county, and I hope we can all continue to contribute to make Anne Arundel the best place for all. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hartsell. I'm the Director of Operations for Leadership Anne Arundel, and I am so grateful to be a 2021 Michelle Obama Award recipient. It's an honor to be part of this outstanding group of women who dedicate themselves to Anne Arundel County and its citizens. We live in a time when leadership has never been more important. I can't think of a more dynamic leader and role model than Michelle Obama. She connects the community together. I am proud to be part of an organization that focuses on this importance of bringing the community together. Through Leadership Anne Arundel, I have the pleasure of working with leaders who have helped to feed, to educate, and to heal our community. I am so grateful to play a part, however small, in fostering these leadership endeavors. It's these leaders that I work with on a daily basis that inspire me to continue my leadership work through LAA, and that is to inspire, develop, and connect. I will look to this award for daily inspiration to follow the lead of Michelle Obama and all she stands for. I would like to take this moment to thank Chris Valeria-Schock, President and CEO of Leadership Anne Arundel. I admire her leadership, especially through this past year. She leads with such grace. I appreciate her continued support and mentorship. I would also like to thank County Executive Stuart Pittman, Mayor Gavin Buckley, and the Caucus of African American Leaders and the Selection Committee for this recognition. I am truly honored.
Hello everyone, my name is Tony Gedden and I'm the Deputy Health Officer for Public Health at the Anne Arundel County Health Department. And I'm honored to be here with you today as a Michelle Obama Award recipient. This award means a lot to me. As a nurse and a second generation nurse, my mother is a nurse, giving back to the community, serving others, helping others is something that I think was ingrained in me from a really early age. And the women that have helped shape me along the way to be here today and to be able to be here with you have been so critical in everything that I've been able to achieve. I think that my team that I work with at the health department and the recognition that and the role that the health department has played this year in Anne Arundel County would not be possible without a very strong group of women leading the charge at the health department. You know, I really appreciate the recognition for the work and my contribution to the county this year, but that contribution was definitely not made alone. I have a wonderful team of people who are beyond dedicated that support this effort every day, and those are primarily women. Healthcare is primarily dominated by women, and I think this year in particular, you have seen a lot of those women rise to the occasion. And I am fortunate to count myself among them, and fortunate to count myself among many of the other working mothers who are this year for the first time trying to actually work and mother simultaneously. I'm always a mother no matter where I go, but I'm typically not trying to care for my children while I am working. And so this year has presented us with a number of additional challenges. So to be recognized in a year that has been so challenging for so many, and I've been fortunate enough to have a role that has allowed me to both care for my children and work and to really have an impact on the community. I feel incredibly fortunate. And for all of the women that have helped me, in particular my mother, who is my single biggest influence in my career, I would say that this award is not only for me, but for all of the others who have made it possible for me to be here, and that I am fortunate enough to be able to take up space, and that my job is to make sure that other women, particularly women of color and black women, are able to also take up space and to have a seat at the table. So I thank you for this award, and I think many thanks to all of the women that help support me day in and day out, and to everyone at the health department who has put in such a heroic effort this year. Thank you for all of your support and for welcoming me to the team and making me feel a part. I'd also like to thank the County Executive, Mr. Stuart Pittman, the Mayor, Gavin Buckley, and the Caucus of African American Leaders for this acknowledgement. I'm really humbled and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You have heard of Nikki Giovanni, you've heard of Maya Angelou. In a moment, you're going to hear from Morgan Branch.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Morgan Branch, and I am honored to be part of the 3rd annual Michelle Obama Awards program. The piece I've written is called Be a Lady, and I hope you all enjoy. Be a lady, they said. To a woman who speaks her mind or seeks to find an answer that may have been untold. Her intuition unfolds, and before you know it, her words can relay something so divine. But be a lady, they said, because she may have shown a little too much confidence or didn't hide her common sense, instead stood on her own too, didn't shut up or sit down to please you. She stood in her own defense. But be a lady, they said. When she wanted to be a Venus or a Serena or a Simone Biles or be on TV like Gina or do stand-up like Martin and pack out arenas, WNBA, no equal pay, but still have that hard-working demeanor. Oh, I'll be a lady, I said, as I thought about Elizabeth Stanton and the roads she paved, or Harriet Tubman as she saved the enslaved, or Michelle Obama as the change she engraved. Do you really think I care if these women misbehaved? See, for me, it's the love and light that they miss in the midst of the misjudgment. It's the intelligence they omit in efforts to commit to belittlement of our place. But we face these adversities with poise and grace. Multifaceted, we know when and when not to stay in our place. So be a lady, I'll say. If it's one who follows her dreams, no matter how far that goal line may seem, keep your head and heels high, no low self-esteem. Queen, a lady is whatever you deem it to be. So instead, I hope I encouraged you as you continue to lead from the front. To all my fearless ladies out there, happy Women's History Month.
It is our fundamental belief in the power of hope that has allowed us to rise above the voices of doubt and division, of anger and fear that we have faced in our own lives and in the life of this country. Our hope that if we work hard enough and believe in ourselves, then we can be whatever we dream, regardless of the limitations that others may place on us. The hope that when people see us for who we truly are, maybe, just maybe, they too will be inspired to rise to their best possible selves.
In a moment, you're going to watch an interview by two of the recipients of the Michelle Obama Award. County Executive Stuart Pittman in his new role, he's now an interviewer. Listen to these two dynamic women tell their story.
I'm Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman, and I have the honor today of interviewing Leanna Braun, who was selected as a recipient of the Michelle Obama Award from the County Executive's Office and the Caucus of African American Leaders for Women's History Month. So tell us, Leanna, who are you? We've never met. I have to say that up front, but just tell us briefly who you are, where you came from, and why you think you're sitting in this chair right now.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you, County Executive, for having me here and choosing me to sit and have this moment with you. Completely blown away. My name is Leanna Braun, and I am the founder of a nonprofit organization called She Is Incorporated. And I am from Annapolis, Maryland. Bay Ridge Gardens is where I grew up. And here I am just living in my destiny of helping people who went through and seen some things that I've seen and some trials and giving back to the community.
I was kidding before. We all know who you are, but we want to know a little bit more about especially what is She Is Incorporated, and how'd you come up with that name?
She Is Incorporated is literally like my new life, everything I want to live for, everything I want to believe in, everything I want to strive for, what I want to make better, what I want to stand for, what I want to leave for my kids to, see that anything is possible. And Erin Holland, who has a nonprofit organization, is actually my best friend, and she actually named it. So Erin gave me the name.
After you?
After me.
She is you?
She is, well, my Instagram name is She Is Leanna.
Okay.
And it's been like that for a couple years. So Erin just said, keep it She Is Incorporated. So that's what I did.
And so when did the organization get incorporated?
February of last year. I just celebrated a year.
Okay. But you also help people in other ways. You're a nurse, right?
I'm a nursing assistant. I work at University of Maryland in Baltimore.
In Baltimore, okay. What's COVID been like?
Crazy. I'm sick of all of the PPE. I'm tired of gowning up and down all day. They're actually getting pretty cheap now. It's feeling like trash bags these days with the PPE. I guess they're running out of
the disposable PPE, right?
Yeah. So.
Right. So that's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be.
Well, thank you for doing it.
I appreciate
because
it. I do my best.
Yeah. So Tell us what the mission is of She Is Incorporated.
The mission is huge. The mission is to continue to strive and help these teen mothers and these young adults who don't have the support or don't have guidance to, get them in the right direction so they can also be successful, because I was one of those same teens who didn't think I served a purpose. And, just to let them know it's possible. And I want a BET Humanitarian Award. I'm thinking big.
Oh, yeah?
I'm thinking big.
Huh?
I'm thinking big.
Oh, that's in the future?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just keep doing what is in my heart. It's not about the recognition, and it's not about anything else but just making people feel good about themselves and just being positive and being beautiful, not on the outside, but also on the inside. Just leaving, planting my leaves and planting my plants and smelling my flowers while I'm here.
So what gave you the idea of creating this organization and doing this work?
I was at a point in my life where I wanted to do something that always made me feel complete. And giving to people in the sense of what I have experienced and what I've been through, I've noticed as I started speaking out and going to schools and talking about my experiences, the kids were helping me more than I was helping myself. So it really helped me grow, and I just love that feeling.
So how'd you end up in the schools talking to kids?
One of my teachers from South River actually reached out, and she asked me to come speak at a girls' night, and that was my first speaking, and I was nervous, and She Is Inc. was not even thought of. And the response and everything that I just got in return from it just melted my heart. I just love how they just grasped to me. So I just took it and ran with it, and slowly but surely I went to Phoenix Academy, and then another school and a foster home, and I just loved it.
You must have been good at it.
You think
they
so?
wouldn't have invited you back, right?
Something's right.
So what was your message to the, was it all girls or was it?
Most of them were girls. The foster home was a mixture. It was different messages depending on what stories and what topics, but for the most part, it's always been teen girls. I can't recall ever being an age range younger than that.
And what do you tell them? What do they need to hear?
That some way or another, we got to be at peace and never broken in pieces. You like that one?
Yeah, yeah. and how do you get there?
You have to.
They must ask you that question
all the time.
That's easier said than done, right?
It's easier
when you're
said
broken
than
to
done.
pieces.
Yeah, you have to, first love yourself, and that's what a lot of us lack. I had my first kid at 17, my second at 19, dropped out of college, made some mistakes, did some things, I wasn't proud of, and like I said, I didn't know my destiny. I didn't know what I stood for, and what I could do and what impact I can put on people's lives, and it just made me feel good to know that even if it's just my words, not even just helping someone out financially or, just being there, an ear, could just make someone a better person or feel better or have a different aspect of life. And it just makes me better. It just makes me better every day. A better mom, a better friend, a better daughter.
So those kids must have seen something in you that
for sure
they saw in themselves.
For sure.
Okay. So do you work just with groups of kids, or do you work with individual people? What's the organization? How do you fulfill your mission?
So usually I just hold events from time to time. I'll do something small. I try to do something once a month, but my schedule's so hectic. But when I do something, like, I try to go all out and just do it. And they just, just come like, this will be my second annual year of doing a quarantine prom. I did one last year from Annapolis Senior High. I chose 2 girls. And because of COVID, they didn't have prom at all. So I picked 2 girls, and they were ESOL students. And I gave them a full-blown secret location prom. Dresses, nails, hair, makeup, shoes. They loved it, their families. One of them was a mom. She was 17 with a mom. With a kid. And they had gifts. They loved it.
So you just put together this
I just
prom
put
for
together
these 2?
stuff. But you know what else? I didn't go to my prom.
Okay.
So that was another way of me living in a moment of seeing someone else live in a moment that they almost didn't have, but I still gave them something. So I try to live through my troubles or things that I wish I could have, would have, should have. to make it better for other people.
So what else have you done? Have you had other situations like that? I mean, that sounds pretty cool to pull that together.
Yeah. Let's see, just giving back. We always do stuff. Me and a couple other organizations get together. I do stuff with, holiday season. I'm always doing donations and always dropping off to like Sarah's house and my sister's house. I'm always giving away stuff to like women and children. I just get up and do it. I just whatever's in my heart, I just do it.
So it's you doing good deeds then.
I try.
Basically.
I try.
And people are noticing.
Thank you guys for watching.
Well, thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you for having me, and I genuinely appreciate it. This opportunity isn't taken for granted, and I'm honored. I would have never seen it being me.
What are you going to be doing this time next year?
I had to think on it. Hopefully I have my third kid.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hopefully I have my third kid. What she is, I don't even want to predict it because, just in a year, this came my way with this right now. So I don't want to limit myself and say, oh, I'll be doing this, because it could be bigger than what I dream, People always say the sky is the limit, but your brain is the limit. Your mind is the limit. So I don't want to say something and it be bigger than that, so I don't know. I'm just, letting it all come to me.
All right. Well, thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Look forward to hearing about you in the future.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys. Thank everyone.
All right. I am Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman, and it is a great honor to be here with Virginia Claggett on Women's History Month. We are congratulations on receiving the Michelle Obama Award from the County Executive's Office and the Caucus of African American Leaders for the great work that you've done and are still doing making women's history. So there's a lot of history to talk about with you.
No.
Right?
True, that's true.
All good history, but I think most people know you are one of the longest serving, or maybe the longest serving elected official in the state of Maryland, between your time on the county council and then as a delegate.
Well, I think possibly Mike Bush surpassed me near the end as far as the beginning of the 36 years straight of not being interrupted at all, of being in office. I think he surpassed that and maybe went to 40 years or so.
Okay.
But I was 36 years without any interruption.
So you were first elected to the county council. Do you remember what year that was?
Yeah, I do. 1974.
1974.
Long time ago. There were no women, and really, it was a tough thing. I've talked to Leanna about things with children. It was tough. I had 2 children, aged 3 and 5, and I lived on a farm in southern Anne Arundel County, way down, almost in the Calvert County line, and on a farm, and to put that type of work into something like running for election, I had a lot on my hands otherwise, but then to add starting up an election to win the county council. And by the way, it wasn't just from southern Anne Arundel, it was county-wide. You had to run from Friendship, where I lived, through Glen Burnie.
The whole county?
The whole county, east and west. And of course, at the time, I don't want to disparage anyone, but I thought at the time Pasadena was in California. When I was there, I honestly didn't know anything above Annapolis, really, as far as
a lot to learn.
A lot to learn. And
were you surprised to get elected?
Yeah, I think probably most people were. But by the end, I think whatever I had to say resonated. And what I had to say was, let's save what we have left in this county. And my whole point was to save agriculture and agricultural lands. And I realized that didn't wash in Linthicum or maybe Brooklyn Park or somewhere, but they all had something to save, something beautiful oaks in Linthicum, all the waterfront in Pasadena and other places, lots to save. And that's the message that went forward. And the press picked it up. I was actually a young face at the time, believe it or not, but I was only about 29, maybe 30, wow. And young, new ideas, that kind of thing. And so I got the press as well as people.
So you were elected then, and then you were actually the chair of the county council for 8 years. Now they change every year, but you were the chair for 8 years.
I think that's probably good and wise of them. But by the time, by 1984, the chairman, Wallace Childs, Chunky Childs, from the 4th District over in the West, he died suddenly. And I was given a call from Judy Holmes, who was our clerk of the council, who said, Virginia, you are now chairman. I was vice chairman. So I fixed my house up to be gone for a full month and never come back practically. And I began to be chairman then. And then the council re-elected me over and over for 8 years.
So, as chairwoman of the council, you had to deal with a lot of men in power, I'm sure.
I did.
And how did you feel that you were perceived, and is it any different now?
It may be different now, and I can't really tell you how it must feel now, but I felt okay. I never felt disparaged. I never felt at a real disadvantage being a woman. I honestly didn't. I know that sounds odd, but I didn't. The county executive was Jim Lighthizer, and he was very pro helping all of us. So I'm sure there were things that went on behind my back, but I don't know them, and I didn't care, and I just moved forward.
Well, you don't really, I know you a little bit, and I know that people pick up right away that don't push Jenna around. I mean,
don't push me around?
Yeah, you have a presence.
Really?
And a confidence.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well,
you just didn't realize that, huh?
I didn't realize that, and I guess I didn't realize it for sure. And so I just didn't even think about it. I just went about my business and pushed the bills I cared about pushing, and the issues. And the issues, by the way, weren't just saving land and agriculture. They were really some of the issues that all of the other women, I want to say, who are with Leanna and me in this wonderful award tonight, issues of education, child care, women's rights, and all that kind of thing. Those were the issues we pushed, and we just did it. We did it. And by the way, I wasn't the first only woman in 1974. I was the first of 3. And I want to mention Sarah Carter, who was the first African American woman who was with me and Ann Stockett from Annapolis. 3 of us came on. There'd never been any women. And Sarah Carter was there for a couple of terms, few terms, and her daughter is still here, Vanessa, and a friend.
So did you feel like the 3 women on the council had a little bit more sense than the men, or did you?
Well, well, I shouldn't say that. It's just that there were some men who were pretty good.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. We had something called a blue ribbon slate. And one was Ron McGurk up in Glen Burnie. He was a banker. And we all had the right issues, I think, and we came in.
And then you went to the General Assembly.
Well, it was there were no term limits when I came on in '74. So I had 5 terms, which is not even possible in any world these days. But by the end of maybe 4 terms, we passed a bill that said only 2 terms. Well, I was way past that, but I definitely was term limited at that point in 1994. And it turned out that Gerald Weingrad retired from the Senate, and John Astle wanted to go to the Senate, and there I was with Mike Bush to run from that district, which is District 30, Annapolis, and most of South County.
And you were part of a slate, if I remember.
I was.
A, B, C, D.
Well, ABC, forever and ever.
Okay.
And when Dick D'Amato entered the race, there was a D. When I talked to him, he said, I'd like to run. I said, yeah, D'Amato is not a great name because there was a Republican D'Amato in New York, if you remember. And I said, that's not good, but is a D. There's a D. we were ABCD for 2 terms.
Astle, Bush, Claggett, D'Amato.
ABCD. It went all over the county, all these signs.
Yeah.
I have one left.
Well,
anyway.
Thank you for all of your service.
Thank
you were
you.
absolutely a groundbreaker in Anne Arundel County,
well, I'm delighted to have this award and to work with all the women who've been given this award too.
And I just have to say, you're still active, right?
I am. I'm trying to be. Yes. On all the issues. People keep calling, saying, "Can you help with this and that?" And I try.
Yes. Well, I know I call for advice all the time. So thank you for everything that you've done for
Thank you,
us.
Stuart, and good luck to you always.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, thank you, oh God, for allowing us to honor these women today. We praise you, oh God, for each of their contributions to society. Due to your wisdom, O Lord, you enable them to do great and marvelous things. You have also provided others to rise to greatness. We acknowledge that it is by your grace that we witness your anointing on each of them. Now may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. In Jesus' name, amen.
A special thank you to the staff of County Executive Stuart Pittman, who have made tonight possible. We also want to thank the staff of Mayor Gavin Buckley, who also have played a vital role in making tonight a success. I want to take this moment to remind people that these pre-recorded interviews you've seen, some of them have taken place in front of major places named in honor of women who have made a contribution in our county. I happen to be standing in front of the mayor with Pearl Bailey, who was a great entertainer who came to the city of Annapolis. We wanted to make sure that people understood that women have made a tremendous impact on our society. We will never be able to have history told until we have her story told. Her story is our story. Our story is history. And tonight you have seen women who have made a difference in Anne Arundel County, indeed in the nation and the world.